Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode for my Fantom ecosystem series. Just before we jump into the actual video, I want to just bring your attention to this. This is the post I've done. This is what I'm looking to do, help support more Fantom projects and get a few more eyes onto them. So make sure if you're not following me, follow along. Check out the post, you can see what I'm saying, what I'm trying to do. Obviously you can see down here I'm looking to try and eventually build this wallet out if we can to 1 million Fantom. Yes, extreme, but I said I'd put something there. Appreciate any support there. If we jump over, this is the actual wallet here, so you can see at the moment there's $3 worth of Fantom in it. 4 Fantom is it? So 4 Fantom in it. Potentially down the road could be 400 or 500 euros worth of Fantom there. Be lovely to see. I've ran a voting competition last 24 hours between Polter Finance and F Money Markets. The winner of that competition was Polter Finance, so we're going to cover that now today. Polter Finance, it's a decentralized non-custodial lending and borrowing platform. You can see here that they've reached only the last 12 hours just 3 million TVL, so very high TVL already with them, which is brilliant to see. I think they've only kind of launched recently, and they've obviously, you can see here the voting, wanting to get people involved in the voting, but they have an article down here. This was covered by the Fantom Foundation, so if we just quickly jump over to that, you can see they talked about liquid staking. Now I made a video, I think going back in this series probably 10 months, that shows about liquid staking, so it's worth checking it out. But in this Fantom Foundation tagged Polter Finance about the FTM lending and borrowing, so it's a good endorsement straight away there from the Fantom Foundation about it. So obviously, you know, make your own decisions and stuff and with all that, but like as I said, it is good to see it. So if we jump over to the platform here, so we're on the Polter Finance and connect it all up to it. You can see here the different assets that you can lend and borrow. So at the moment there's only a small amount of assets on it, so I'd imagine as they grow they will keep adding more and more to it. You can see at the moment the market for Fantom is the biggest one, 1.5 million. If we quickly look, and this is possibly something I would consider doing, so if you're holding, for example, just a stable coin and you're not sure what you're wanting to do with it, now again, not financial advice, so just bear with me. So if you're holding a stable coin, you could consider lending this into the platform, so deposit this into the platform. You get, I'm not 100% sure the way the rates are done, so I don't know if 31% of that is the total, and then of that you're getting 59% of their token, or is it 31% and then 59% is the token itself. So if you loan or if you deposit this into it, you obviously are able to borrow. So the idea here is to borrow, 75%, so the loan to value ratio should be, you can't exceed, I think, 75% on that, and pretty much meaning you can, if you deposit 1,000, max you can get out, I think is $750. Would be very risky, obviously, that high value. So if I was ever doing this, I'd only use smaller amounts anyway. So if you put in $1,000, you take out roughly $500 be able to borrow. So from that you can either buy Fantom, or you could even, I think you can borrow Fantom and borrow the liquid Fantom. So the idea here is you can eventually earn from the deposit side, earn potentially from the borrow side, because you're taking Fantom and the liquid Fantom out. From there then we would jump straight over to DeFi Llama just to get an idea of what you can do with it. So at the moment your Fantom, liquid Fantom and your native Fantom can be staked obviously in Beefy, or you can directly go to WeGoSwap. In there you can get 15% APY on that LP, which I'm doing at the moment for WeGo. I've been farming WeGoSwap for the last, I would say, year now, doing that similar process. You get no impermanent loss on it, so obviously the price of Fantom goes up or down because you're staking it with the liquids Fantom, it's going to stay the same. So it is a great way to potentially, get a bit more exposure to different tokens. So like as I said, if we go back here, you can see for my $1,000 now, I potentially am earning their token. I'm earning a little bit of interest, I imagine, on it. I'm also now farming on Wigo Swap, which if I do it through Beefy, I will be just selling the Wigo tokens, which will be compounded into my position. Or if you do it on the Wigo Swap platform itself, you'll be generating the Wigo token. So there's two tokens there that you're potentially earning with low enough risks. Now the risks that will be there, obviously, like everything, is if your loan or LTV and your health of your loan drops down too low, then you could eventually be liquidated. So this is where your deposit here would be basically taken, would be gone on you. So obviously you need to make sure. So if we're on this page, is pretty much going to show what you have loaned out. It'll give you a health factor. So if your health of this is gone, I'd imagine down to red, that's where you either need to consider breaking the position and repaying the loan back, or trying to top it up here with more stable coins into it. But as I said, it's a good way to potentially get a bit more exposure to different coins without having to necessarily spend your own money per se to it. If we look on DeFi Llama here, we can again just go through the platforms on Fantom at the moment. You can see, the TVL is still very low on Fantom. It's only 120 million, so we have a good way to go before we eventually get to the 7 billion. So hopefully Fantom Sonic upgrades and all that will make the big change there. But you can see down here there's not many lending platforms. So Polter Finance is down here at number 19th. So the next big lending platform above them is number 12, which is Tart. So their TVL is not 100% accurate here, so it's 1.7 on the website. I think it's just almost, so it's 2.9, so it's almost up to 3 million. So again, I assumed that maybe then Tara's one is maybe a little bit lower as well, but they will catch them. So if they can catch them and pass them, they will become one of the main lending platforms within the Fantom ecosystem for the time being. So there's great potential for growth there. I'm not going to spend too long with documents. You'd have a general idea of these yourselves, but as I said, it's a borrowing platform. It's a fork of the Geist platform, so most of these are probably instantly thinking within Fantom, but they've forked it, but they've removed obviously this part of it. The flash loans will be obviously disabled on it. The tokenomic side of it is if you interacted with the Geist platform, you'll be eligible for an airdrop. So what I'll be doing, I'll try and throw up a screenshot here on this part here. I have a wallet that is connected to it, so I have, I think, 1 or 2 Polter tokens to be airdropped to me, and I think it's over 2 years basically, the airdrop, which might be a bit long maybe for an airdrop in general, but look, it's free tokens. So what else have we got? So you can see the breakdown of it. There's 101 million tokens that's going to be coming to circulation. The platform fees again, not an extreme. Depositors receive 50% of interest shared with stakers. That is from borrowers having to pay for it. Stakers receive 50% of interest as well. If we look down here, this is a really nice feature, basically safety model. So 50% of the interest paid by borrowers goes into the safety module down here. This is basically to help with any potential problems that happen with DPEGs, or major events like what they mentioned, black swan events that could impact the prices a little bit. So that's good that they're looking out for the safety side of things. Breakdown of roughly what's happened. I'd imagine this might be a little bit outdated now because they have some of them done and they have already added a few more tokens, so it will be good to get this maybe updated, and then you have your contract address and audit. So if we go back to the manage section, again this is where it's going to show. So you can stake your tokens in here and you can lock them. If you're just staking them, I think it's 86, and if you lock them then it's 900% APR, so it's a decent return. You get a percentage of the fees paid to stakers and lockers. So again, it's in the tokenomics or the platform fees section. Receive 50% of the interest shared, obviously shared with depositors as well, but so you're getting a small amount of it. So the more people that deposit and borrow and stuff like that, the more you'll eventually make within the platform. Buying the token, so at the moment it's 38 cents. You can buy it directly from SpookySwap. right here. So again, making sure you're using all the links if you are interacting through the actual website itself or through their Twitter account. You know, pay attention obviously to that. Discord, Telegram, obviously following them on X. So again, they're active enough on X, in fairness. Small following base. So yeah, look, that's pretty much it for Polter Finance. I think, you know, Fantom needs something like this. Needs a bit more of them, I think, and a bit more competition between them all. Things like that. But look, this video, as I said, is again to get some views onto these projects, the likes of these projects. Again, I'm trying to see what I can do to kind of get more views on it, and hence why I've started up this little incentive basically. And as I said, more than appreciate any support along the way. It helps kind of me keep doing this and helps me research them, because there's a lot of time goes into actual trying to research the projects, regardless if they're new or small, because I want to try and make sure that the information I give out is accurate and, you know, making sure everything is above board. So that's the aim of this. That's pretty much it. So thanks very much everyone for taking the time and watching, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.